it really takes that shift of mindset to really start making the changes and start implementing some of the things that you've been talking about. So you and I actually sat down and said, you know what, well, one of the things we can do is work with small business owners to help them do some of these things, right? And the challenge for us was, well, how do we get it for a guy that works 40 hours a year to want to make it worth his time to sit down with a lot of small business owners to actually teach them how to do this. So, initially we have executive board groups where we actually work with people on a quarterly basis where they actually fly out, but then we also have phone calls where we go through it. And a lot of people get a tremendous amount of value out of those executive boards. Yep. And so the concept was that you and I decided, you know what, let's put together a course, right, to start taking the pieces of the book to where we can teach people and show them actually with exercises and some implementation how to do this over a course of about 6 to 8 weeks. Now, to do that, though, we had to create it, right? So you went out and you created a format for this, and you tested it, right, with 2 different groups. So tell us what the results were.
Yeah, so I was out in, I did one in New York and one in Portland. The one in New York was 47 entrepreneurs, high-level entrepreneurs. The one in Portland was about 20 high-level entrepreneurs. And I tested the actual program that we're going to offer here today. And the results were incredible. My survey results from the New York group was a 9.6 out of 10, tied the highest score they've ever had. They bring in different speakers every month.
And let me just, Scott's being a little toned down here, but he also had people in the room that were, really wealthy business owners, and some who actually are big-time authors. I won't go into names, but big-time authors that have written books that have sold millions and millions of copies that were in the room and gave them those kinds of ratings.
Right.
So, this course that we're looking at and going to be able to offer people is something that those people went through and rated that highly. So that tells a lot. That's why I knew it was worth making sure that we provided this to our clients.
And rating reviews, the Portland group, 20 people, higher level businesses. These businesses are 20 to 100 million. Everybody in that room had a $20 million to $100 million business. Took them through the session. This individual who holds these meetings has done over 200 of these over 20 years. So he has speakers come in every month over 20 years. I got all 5s out of 5s on all 3 rating sections. I'm only the 3rd person ever of all the speakers he's brought in to get that kind of rating over 20 years. So this was using the exact content, the exact program that we're going to offer today through this.
Great. And this is one that we don't spend a lot of time on our webinars or any of our seminars where we're selling people all day long about, oh, you got to buy this, you got to buy that. We want to make sure that we bring quality and something that we believe will really work for everybody that's on the call. And this is something where it doesn't matter if you're at the idea stage of your business or if you're at the 20 years in business.
Ready to exit.
And ready to exit. It's for everybody because of the way that it's built and the way that Scott created this program. So, indulge us for a minute because we want to be able to share with you how this could actually work for you. And I'll explain to you here real quickly what exactly that you get as part of this coaching program. Number one, what will you get from this program? Number one, it's building an asset, not just the business, as we talked about. Yep. We'll make sure we go into that and talk a little bit more in depth and also provide, again, some exercises that you guys can do to start putting these things and putting them into your business. Removing unprofitable clients, maximizing margins. That's a huge one, and there are people that we've talked to that have come out to our seminars who said, hey, I picked up that Scott said that, and I actually went and did it, and I feel so much better. So we'll show you exactly how to do that. Building owner wealth and company value at the same time. You talked about that briefly on this call, and I was going to go into depth a little bit more, but I thought, well, no, we'll wait, because there's so much value in what is talked about in terms of building owner wealth. And it was something that took me a little bit because, again, Scott worked with me prior to the acquisition of my company, and I always had the mindset that, well, the employees, I got to take care of employees first, employees first. Yes, employees are extremely important, but as you said before, if there's no company, if there's no owners, who cares if there's employees, right? Right. Developing a simple performance metrics. Again, how do you go create metrics when you don't even know what they are? that's the neat thing about a program like this is that Scott's going to sit down and actually show you here's some things you should be doing, and you can ask questions through our system here, and we'll show you how we're going to do that. Positioning your company to be acquired or to acquire other businesses or create an exit. Some of you out there want to go out there and acquire other companies. Some of you want to exit your business. Some of you want to stay exactly the way you are, but just grow enough to where you can work a little bit less, earn a little bit more. And this program is specifically built for anybody in those areas. Definitely developing the confidence to shift your mindset. And I've worked with coaches and I've worked with mentors and that for the last 15, 20 years. And I'll never stop working with people like that, because it is something that no matter where you're at, you can always grow more. You can always find more time. You can always find more productivity. So definitely is something you want to look at. Create a culture where everyone is accountable. Boy, if you can create a culture where everybody is accountable in your organization, you will end up at that 40-hour work year, right? Transitioning from working in your business to working on the business to becoming a passive investor with the business. I'll tell you, I moved from working in to working on. I never got quite to the passive investor piece, which Scott did, and I'll tell you, the amount of money that I would have given up from salary or whatever else to have gotten there, or ultimately, probably would have gotten me back to where I was, would have paid a lot for that. So anyway, this is what the course will be talking about, the how-to to do all these things. How the course actually works, it's 4 one-hour sessions, it's 4 one-hour sessions of instruction by Scott. It'll be web-based or phone-based, so it'll be very much just like this right here. You don't have to travel. You don't have to go anywhere. Scott will go through the exercises and a session about a different section of the book, which actually takes you through it. You'll get the book itself. You get a signed copy from Scott. Exercises to complete in between the calls. We're definitely going to make sure you do that. And then this is, again, for companies. It doesn't matter if you're 6 months in business, 50 years in business, if you're 20-something or 70-something. And again, the stage of business doesn't matter either. I would tell you, no matter where you're at in the life cycle of your business, a program like this is perfect for you. The thing I'd like to share with you, too, is, if you could increase your sales by 40% annually, what would you pay? And, current sales, if they were $500,000 and you increased them 40%, would you pay, 10, 20, 30, 40%? Some people pay 50, 60%, look. And again, it goes back to the time, which I think is even more important, is if you could increase your time by 40%, what would you pay? Would it be 20, 30, 50, 100 grand? Scott's fee, typically, if you go hire him to come out to your business, is the cost of travel plus $5,000 a day or $625 an hour. So the value of this program, if you were just to look at the hours involved of talking to him on the phone, would be about $7,500. And it's something, again, that we want to make sure that small business owners get access to this information no matter where you are in the country. And that's why we're building out a system like this. And it is one that, again, is very unique. It's not something that a angel investor or an entrepreneur that built a $175 million company was on the Inc. 500 list. Isn't that kind of person that's going to sit down with small business owners all day long and walk through something like this for them. So a unique opportunity that we have here, and I'm very excited about it. So, it's not $7,500, it's not $5,000, $2,599. It's only $399 investment. That's all we're asking for this, because we want to make it affordable for anybody to sign up, and we want it to be something that we're helping grow the businesses in this country. I mean, it really comes down to making sure that we can do something. If it is just to change one business, right, and help that business grow, it changes the economy. And that's really what we're trying to do here, right?
Well, yeah, Dave, I mean, it's an interesting point. My vision, we do this at the executive board groups. We create our mission, vision, and values. And my vision for my entity, which is to transition 100 business owners to passive investors by 2020. So I know you said one business, and that's cool. No problem with that. But my vision for what I'm doing with this and with my other courses that I teach is 100 business owners move from business owner to passive investor. So I've got to do 10 a year at least. So it's right in alignment with what I want to do with my life from now on. So.
Perfect. probably spending more time working with me than he did the last 3 years. But,
yes.
But it is for ultimately your mission, right?
Yep.
I mean, it is to do what we both want, which is to go out there and change the world through small business success. I mean,
my vision is to turn entrepreneurs' vision into reality.
Right.
Vision into reality, because vision without action is a dream.
Yep.
We don't want dreamers. So again, I'll tell you right now, if you want to take some action on your vision, this is a program for you. If you want to dream about it, I don't know, there's tons of those guys out there. I'm not the guy.
Yeah, I mean, I will tell you, I'll definitely back that one up. If you're thinking about joining, you're actually going to hit that button right now to go sign up, and you're not the type of person that actually is going to take some action to do something, don't bother, because Scott won't put up with it. He won't put it that way. Scott's going to make sure that you're taking action. You're going to do something with this. You don't sign up if you're in that other realm. You definitely want to be somebody who's going to do something with what it is that's going to be taught. If you want to get where you want to go, you got to do something a little bit different, right? And sometimes it's being held accountable to doing those things, and that's where you definitely will hold them accountable, right?
Yep.
Anything else you want to add to the?
Again, we'll just go back. Take what's the danger if you do nothing. You can list. I mean, literally, you can fill 2 flip charts full of the dangers if you do nothing. The danger if you do something and take action is that you create opportunities out of your dangers.
Yep.
If you are a kind of person that really wants to move the bar, take your business to the next level, no matter where you're at, this is a program for you. You will definitely see results. You get the book, you get the program, but for $400, I mean, it's again, as Dave said, what I would get paid if I did this for your company is about 20 to 25 grand to do the same thing over a year. I'm going to show you in about 4 hours of time a good portion of that same thing I do for your company for $400. I mean,
yep.
and the exercises are real straightforward. This is not complicated. I built this book, I built this program so that entrepreneurs at every level can go take these nuggets and institute them back in their business.